Hey, hey. Oh, man, what is up? What is up? What is up? I am back. This is the No I Don't Know podcast. Man, fuck all the bullshit. I'm back. We here another day, another week, another whatever it is. Yes, y'all Friday. I get it. Friday. Another clown-ass day of slavery at the corporate plantation, whatever it is. It's been a real bad week, you know what I'm saying, since the transition of our brother, mentor, guide, Nipsey Hussle. But anyway, man, you know, it's just been a real rough week. I've been listening to a lot. I've been on Twitter, been on YouTube, just listening to a lot of different interviews and what people has to say about Nipsey. But like I said on the last podcast, you can check it out on, I think it was on Tuesday I did it. I'm just going to keep it a buck. And I'm going to keep it a buck again. His legacy now. Now we got to start talking about how people going to move forward and push forward in his legacy. And I mean in your personal life. Since Nipsey Hussle had all these fans and everybody miss him and everybody is sad for him, ride for him. Like he said. Don't cry for him, ride for him. You know what I'm saying? Take some of those attributes and those goals and those dreams and those ambitions that he had and try to try to use those goals that he had and try to incorporate them into your personal life and views. You know, that dude owned that old strip mall. He was getting kicked out of there and doing things, but you know what? I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. He was just a different human being. You don't get those type of people that buy in their neighborhood where they grew up and live there and give back to their community. And you know, he wasn't just a 6'0", you know what I mean? But he was a man at the end of the day. And the thing is, we gotta take on some of those attributes of what he had going on and incorporate it in our life. If you don't own no property, go buy you some property. Like I said before. You know, I see all these people talking about all these things. I just wish everybody would have been on Nipsey's conscious side when he was alive. That's the shit that kind of irritates me just a little bit. Because, you know, in church they had this song called "Bring Me My Flowers While I Yet Live So I Can See the Beauty That They Bring." That basically means, translation, give a nigga props and listen to what a nigga's saying while he's alive. And don't wait till he dead. Now everybody want to kind of like, you know, are people listening to the message and what he was trying to convey? Or are we just kind of, you know, is this gonna go on for a couple of weeks and then after that niggas gonna go back to tricking off their money and not trying to do things? Everybody's not meant to get money and then, you know, move back to the hood. Everybody's not meant to do that, and I understand that. And it has you looking at two different things. I'll play devil's advocate for a second. The average nigga be like, fuck that. When I get my money, I'm getting the fuck up out the hood. Why get back to the hood? You see what happened to that nigga? Niggas gonna be gunning for you? Yeah, you can be like that. Or you could just be like, I'ma still get back to the hood. I'ma still do things that are important to me from the community that I came from, because I want people and the generations that's coming behind me to donate to the community. I'll keep saying the same shit over and over again. Nipsey was very, very much on game about this gentrification and what they do to the neighborhoods. And I don't think he was well liked about that. And I want people to learn and understand this. You're not going to be liked when you're a forward thinker. When you think outside the box, you're not going to be liked. That's why I think people relate more to that music. But what he's saying, his message, I don't think a lot of people really, really understands what he was talking about. You know, everybody's on this whole, well, the Dr. Sebi thing. Well, how many of you have purchased Dr. Sebi's vitamins? How many of y'all have went on his website? How many of y'all even know who Dr. Sebi is? Dr. Sebi was out before Nipsey started really promoting it. Dr. Sebi was out when Lisa Left Eye Lopez was promoting. You know, I'm just saying, like, why is it us? I'm not worried about every other race, but I'm talking about us. We always want to champion the person when they dead. And it's like, I'm not into that. Don't. I hope a whole bunch of some shit happened to me, then a whole bunch of motherfuckers want to be like, oh shit, let me go look at you Warren's YouTube. Man, fuck all that. Look at the shit now. Because it's not popular to be conscious. It's not popular to be an outside thinker or think outside the box and think if everybody's going right, you want to go left. No, you get talked about. See, that's the thing, too. The system that has socialized us to hate, kill, rob, steal from each other knows that deep down inside, all I got to do is give one person resources. Now, Nipsey's situation was different because he didn't partake in the racial showcasing confusion like our brother Neely Fuller teaches us. No, the resources that Nipsey had, he actually was giving back to his community. But the system already knows that there's gonna be that one nigga that's gonna be like, fuck that nigga. So what have we really learned about his legacy? What is going to be his legacy? Is it going to be the albums, or is it going to be just his artistry, how he did his music, the grind time, or is it going to be his philanthropy mentality that he had, being a philanthropist, giving back to the community, doing things that everybody's not doing? Because it's a whole lot of rap. That's what irritates me the most. It's a whole lot of rappers, but they was not talking that shit that he was talking about. Listen to Dedication. You better go listen to his album. Listen to the music. You know, there's a lot of things he did, and he was one of those type of people that, you know, he wanted everybody to win, but he really wanted black people to win. He went back to Eritrea or Eritrea, however they want to pronounce it, where his father's side of the family is from. And I think that really, really opened up his mind and his heart on how he would see people and view people, you know? And I often like how he talked about how from 12 to 3, everybody left work and everything and went home and spent time with family. See, this is what I explain to people all the time. We got to work extra hard at being a team, because in this capitalistic society, nobody gives a fuck about nobody until you're dead. And then everybody want to give a fuck. Or if you work on a corporate plantation, nobody gives a fuck about you until you're not at the corporate plantation no more. Then everybody want to talk about what a good nigga you was or what a hard worker you was, all this other shit. That's what capitalism breeds. I don't understand why everybody's acting so like, you know, heartfelt. Well, where was all these heartfelt motherfuckers at when he was talking about Dr. Sabi? Where was all these heartfelt people at when he was talking about buying the block? And why wasn't more people champion behind him? Why does it always have to take this dramatic, life-changing event to make people be like, oh, maybe I'm gonna start? But I already know how we gonna be. You're gonna have a few of us that's gonna be like, man, I am about to start buying property and doing shit. Fuck that. I'm about to start, you know, supporting black businesses and doing things and shit like that. But the majority of us, we gonna go back to living our lives. Give it another week or so. We gonna go back to living our lives, doing what the fuck we normally do, and not giving a fuck, and just listen to his music, and that's all we gonna do. Are we gonna change the narrative? Are we gonna change our circumstances? Change the people around you? We gotta look at it on all counts and look at the lessons that's meant to be learned. If you have people that are trying to penetrate your inner circle and they are not beneficial to you and they are not an asset, they are a liability. So how many of you are Nipsey and how many of you are Eric Holder out there? And you like, shit, I ain't no Eric Holder. Are you? Are you that type of motherfucker that get around people and as soon as you get around them, it's negative, 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 negative Nancy all goddamn day? Or fraudulent Fred? Which one are you? Because there's a whole lot of motherfuckers that act like they have shit going on, but they really have nothing going on. It's a lot of people out here that's very insecure. If you're next to the person that has all the materials and all the resources, watch how they move, and maybe you can learn a thing or two. You can go achieve those resources. I think we have it misconstrued. Nipsey already had that in him. If you go back and look at all his other videos when he was young and in the game, he was already speaking on that conscious shit. So that was already deep down in his heart and in his soul. How many of you are already like that? Or are you like that because you're around people that are socially conscious, as they would say? How many of us read? How many of us think about the necessary things that we need to do to make our situations for our family and our close-knit friends a better situation if you are in that position? It doesn't always have to be monetary value or resources. It could be knowledge. It could be a book. It could be a food for thought that you learn from a book. Like me, I'm always like, hey man, you should read this book. And the reason why is, you know why I'm talking about this today too? And I want people to watch this when you're going to work. Don't listen to that. Watch it when you're going to work. Watch when you at work. Watch it when you ain't got shit to do. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I often have this conversation with people, because it's like we all want to know when somebody loses the job or when somebody get killed. We just want to know what's going on, because we need that entertainment and that instant gratification right then and there to entertain us, to make us feel better. But like I tell people all the time, and I've said this a million times, especially when people leave a situation and they move on, why are you worried about it? Even if people reach out to you and try to tell you, if you're doing good in your heart and you moved on, you shutting it down. I don't even care, man. I don't even want to know. Sometimes you have to keep your energy to yourself so you can devote all that energy to your goals and your dreams and your ambitions, and you don't have time to be worried about negative bullshit that don't have nothing to do with your life and your walk and your path. Because that's what I've learned. That's why, yeah, I'm sad. It's a sad week, sad month. God damn. The brother was just trying to get back to his community, and then he gets killed. But it shouldn't deter any of our young entrepreneurs that have the money and have the wealth, you know what I mean, to try to give back as much as they possibly can. To be a rapper, everybody's not meant to be a certain thing. Everybody's not meant to do those things. I just think that we, as a whole, I think we feel like we have to give resources. It's got to be about resources. It ain't got to be about food for thought, knowledge. It's money, because we base everything on monetary value. Ah, the nigga ain't giving no money. But if you really want it, if you really want the fish, you're going to learn how to fish. And if somebody's trying to teach you how to fish, you're going to listen to what they're telling you. Or you don't want to learn how to fish. You just want him to give the fish to you. We have a lot of people that just want to sit around and eat the fish, but don't want to go catch the fish. We got a lot of lazy motherfuckers around that feel like, oh, they better than, they don't have to get up and go work no job. They ain't got to, you got a lot of lazy motherfuckers around here. We have this climate, and in this 2019, it's a lot of fuckery going on. It's a lot of mentally weak individuals. And I'm talking about niggas that if you're sitting around the house all day with your thumb up your ass, then get the fuck away from me. Because that's what the system wants. That's what the system of white supremacy, they loathe that. That's what they want. Oh yeah, we want a bunch of sitting around the house ass niggas that ain't got shit else to do but sit up how they gonna plot and scheme to fuck over another nigga, and then the cycle continues. And then that's what makes niggas don't want to fuck with certain niggas. And then most niggas are very resentful of people that have the little bit of resources and have the nice car and the nice looking woman. It's like, god damn. Whatever happened to the confident people that don't have a whole lot of resources? Like me, I ain't had a whole lot of resources. But I was never one to like want to run behind niggas and be hateful and envious of those type of people. And anybody that know me, they'll tell you that. I don't follow behind niggas like that anyway, because I have my own path that I want to walk. And after having knowledge of self and reading these books that you see on the table, this shit ain't for show. I read these motherfucking books and I'm proud of it. And after you have knowledge of self and you know what the system is capable of, you got to dig deep and work harder. Yeah, it's fucked up. Don't nobody want to be at the corporate plantation. That's a fact. Don't nobody want to be there, but we don't got a choice. What's the choice that we have? What is the choice? As my mother would say, God rest her soul, either shit or get off the pot, nigga. That's it. Ain't no well, I'm going to just chill today and I'm going to try to run a business. And then tomorrow I got to go get my hair cut. It's always the niggas, they want to look the flies, but ain't worked a goddamn lick. And then they see a nigga like Nipsey, and because he's acquired these resources that the system knows everybody will compete and kill and rob and steal to get, and then he has a nice looking woman, now you mad. But you don't know his struggle. You don't know his path. That's what irritates me the most. Learn somebody's path. When you learn their path, then you can judge accordingly. And I'm talking about outside of the corporate plantation. I'm talking about on a personal level. Now, if you conduct yourself on the corporate plantation, I always view it like this. The corporate plantation is set up for the dominant society to win and rule. That's a fact. Go on CNN. The lady just said it. It's a book. I keep forgetting the name of it, where it's scientifically proven that people tend to hire people that look like them. It's no diss. I don't trip off that shit. After having knowledge of self, it does not bother me at all. But I will tell you this. With that being said, if you're a part of the dominant society and you acquire a job on the corporate plantation, then everything is set up for you to win. So I don't feel bad for people who it's set up for them to win and they're still mentally weak and mentally lazy and can't achieve the goals that they need to achieve. Then that's on you. Because most melanated brothers and sisters would kill to be in certain positions that most of the dominant society are placed in at the corporate plantation. So I don't feel bad for them. Facts. But that's just me. I don't go around feeling bad and mourning person. That's on you. As far as the corporate plantation. But when it comes to my people, when we're trying to give back, I'ma always feel bad and I'ma always be like, damn, that's fucked up. He did everything on a checklist. One of the hottest rappers out? Check. Got all the materials? Check. Resources? Check. Bought the block? Check. Gave back to my hood? Check. Repped my hood? Check. Very credible in my hood? Check. Check. And then bang, bang. Still not good enough. Because I think we take the people that have the resources for granted a lot of the times. I think we feel like they're going to be around forever. So, they going to be around forever. No. There's a show on Netflix. Yeah, I know, man. You right, Screwhead. Shout out to the chat room. You ain't lying, my nigga. I know. They need to chill with the fucking Dr. Sabi conspiracy. That shit ain't no conspiracy. That is probably one of the intricate parts to the plan of the system to kind of usher a motherfucker like Nipsey out of the game. But that's not the only reason why that happened. There's a lot of contributing factors to it. All it takes is a hating ass nigga, and then all it takes is the system to put a battery in your backpack and you gonna go kill it. I already talked about that on the last podcast. I'm not gonna re-go over that again. But you right. I just think that we gotta understand, we gotta look at it too. He checked off everything in the list, and then you still get taken out. And it's like we gotta look at it from a different perspective of how many of us are being socialized to hate. How many of us are being socialized to only respect the motherfucker that got the hottest Jordans and the hottest clothes and shoes? Because those are probably most of the time, those are the dumbest motherfuckers out there. It almost reminds me of the person on the court that got the wristbands and all of the headbands and the Jordans and all this other shit, and then you get him on the court, he can't dribble and he can't shoot. He trash. And that's what it reminds me of. You can have all the wealth and materials in the world, but at the end of the spectrum, if you are lacking knowledge of self and lacking knowledge of what you should be doing and you don't really have a path, you're useless. I mean, you literally like that type shit. We gotta understand what our purpose is. Nipsey knew his purpose. What's your purpose? What are you here to do? What's your path? And like I was just saying, I was watching this show on Netflix. It's called Altered Ego or Alter, I forgot. And the same dude that's in Hannah that's on Amazon Prime, he was on that. And it's where you just change bodies. They have all these bodies, and then you can jump in one body into another. And I forgot what they call it. They call it, I forgot what it's called. But when the body is gone, you just hop into another body. You just using the body. And you got to think, Nipsey's spirit is still here. What are we going to do with it? We have galvanized his movement and his spirit in a week. I mean, his spirit and energy is so high right now. They got to talk about it on the news. They gotta say something on the news. They gotta interview people like LeBron James and his grandmother and other. They gotta do that because the energy, because he was such a working force in the community. See, everybody act like this nigga was just sitting around the house and just like, oh, I'm a rap and get the money. No, that nigga had to grind hard. That nigga had to sleep on a few floors. That nigga had to, are we willing to do that? No, we want to come in when it's in. We don't want to build the foundation of the house. We want to let another nigga be the brick mason and lay the foundation. Then we come in when we can walk through the door. And then when we walk through the door, we want to shoot the other nigga that then worked his ass off to build a house. Because that's basically what happened. And a lot of that is because the ushering of certain systems from the system, the dominant society, what they do. All this red tape and things that are set up is meant for us to kill each other, hate each other, and look at each other like we crazy. That's why it's so funny. Sometimes I meet my people and I speak and say hello, and they look at me like I'm crazy and look at me upside my head. And then some embrace me like, hey man, what's going on? Because the energy. We gotta stop being so mad at each other. And you better turn that anger on the right individuals. There's a lot of us out here is on that, Jesus said, leave on me. That shit. And there ain't nothing wrong with it. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. But besides that, how are you going to give back to the people coming behind you? Your nieces, your nephews, your children, your cousins. What do you plan on doing to give back? If you have the knowledge, you got to give the knowledge up. You can't just hoard the knowledge and don't tell nobody. People be thinking, most people think that, when they talk to me, I just be like, all right, man, you should check out this book. But I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm just saying, man, that's what helped me. Once you start reading, you start to really dive into things. You start to look at things from a different perspective. Like, I just finished reading this book, Numerology, The Divine Triangle. Man, that shit had my head hurt. It took me forever to read this goddamn book. Man, that shit had my goddamn head hurting every goddamn night that I was reading this book. Breaks down numbers, breaks down what the numbers are, your master numbers, your soul number, all this other shit. I'm still confused. I'm about to read King Simon's book, and I know that book gonna be way better. No diss, but I know King Simon's book is gonna be way better. He's a master numerologist, so I know that's gonna be a way better book. Then I'm about to dive into some voodoo and voodoo and learn a little bit of what that is. And then I'm about to, there's some other books that I checked out on Amazon about how this lady was using Egyptian magic to accumulate money. I'm gonna check that shit out. Hey man, I'm just saying, we gotta start digging deep into our principles and our ancestors' concepts and belief systems, and stop taking on the attributes of what the dominant society has bestowed upon us, man. That's why I give Nipsey credit. That nigga went back to Africa and really did a real soul searching of who he was and what he need to achieve and what he need to do. And I think that reinvented his brain power, his way of thinking, his narrative, everything. And the work that he's done, priceless. 'Cause I don't know too many niggas that's living in the hood and doing what he did and giving back and buying property and giving niggas jobs and shit. And I know it was a lot of niggas that resented him, because that's how niggas are. But those niggas like Eric Holder that nigga that did that killing does not represent black people as a collective. He was a musty motherfucker who didn't have shit going on and was used by the system to take out one of our thought leaders. You know, Nipsey was ahead of his time. How many of you are ahead of your time? How many of y'all are forward thinking? Or are y'all just going to work and doing y'all thing and fuck that, fuck these niggas? I'm trying to live good, eat good, smoke good, drink good, fuck good, and that's it. I get it. And for those who are like that, man, more power to you. But if you trying to change the narrative and be a forward thinker and think outside the box and be a left brain thinker and everybody going right, then you don't want to go right. You asking why we all going right? Those are the type of people I want to be around. Magnetize the type of people that you need in your circle. Like I said before, how many of you are Eric Holder? That doesn't mean you have to kill somebody physically, mentally. How many of you just hang out with somebody that has a purpose just so you can see what they doing and railroad what the fuck they got going on? Or how many of you are really for the forward progress of our people? It's a fact. How many of y'all just jumping on the bandwagon and, oh man, you know, Nipsey, man? Or how many of y'all really taking the time to be like, oh damn, this nigga was talking about this? Okay, I need to fuck with that shit. Oh, he was talking about code and he was talking about, okay, behind the block and all that shit. Maybe I need to fuck with some niggas that's trying to buy some property. But then when it comes to doing business, get your business game popping. All y'all stop waiting for motherfuckers to do shit for y'all. Like I said before, niggas is not gonna fish for you and give you the fish. And here's the reason why. When it's time to go fuck, you don't want a nigga to fuck for you. See, that's the problem with niggas. You know, niggas want to be mad at people like the Nipseys, like the people that are forward thinking, that's got their shit popping and moving forward. But you don't want me fucking for you. When it's come time for you to fuck that damn pussy, you ain't calling no nigga talking about, hey man, nigga, I need help fucking this bitch. Nah, nigga, you not doing that. When it's time to touch that damn pussy, you don't need no help. That's why I understand niggas. Come on, man. Get in the game. If you see a nigga in the game and handling business, and if you can't contribute to it, let it be known. Look, man, I'm trying to show you a little bit of support. But don't come around and act like you for the forward movement and all you doing is just sitting there waiting for him to pop, wait for him to do what he got to do, and then you want to come in at the end. I don't want that shit around me. Period. And I don't like to be around people like that. If I'm not for the forward movement or they shit, I get the fuck away from them. It's not a fact of we got to do better. It's a fact of we have to be a team. We got to be on code. Fuck all that. Like, we were so quick to jump to gang violence. We were so, oh, nigga, you nigga shit. Of course. But that nigga doesn't represent all of us. That dude was an insecure young man who was socialized to be that way. He does not represent all of us. He damn for sure don't represent me. Because let me tell you something. I'm the last nigga to have a whole bunch of materials. And when I'm talking to a nigga that have a whole bunch of materials, and I've been around people, that shit don't bother me because I don't care, because I know who I am. So that doesn't bother me. But some people would do. Some people would do. They want you to dress a certain way and get your hair cut all the time. And you got to look presentable all the time, man. Fuck all that. And it's so funny because the Jews, that's one thing. Look, there's a lot of things I give them credit for. But of all, one of them is, I don't never see the Jews flossing. I'll never see them out there on them things, flossing, letting everybody know what type of money they got. I want somebody to send me some photos of some real Jews with real power and real money on the gram showing all their money. I'm waiting. Send it to me. I'll be really shocked. Now I'm talking about an authentic Jew that got plenty of dough. They're not gonna show you what they have going on. Matter of fact, you know why they're not? Because there's a Rothschild that married one of the Hilton sisters. We don't know who they are. We don't know what the fuck they got going on. That's the problem. You can take notes and you can really watch how they move, and it'll really enlighten you. I'm not saying be like them. I'm just saying take some of those attributes. That's what I learned. That's why a motherfucker don't know what I got, because I don't tell motherfuckers what I got. I cry broke at all costs. I'm broke. I ain't got it. We need to be more like that and less being on Instagram and lying and acting like we got it like that and we know good and goddamn well we don't. And even the motherfuckers that do got a little bit of extra change, stop acting like you better than everybody. See, that was the difference. And I could tell Nipsey didn't act like he was better than. I bet you he had to keep his mouth quiet a lot. I bet you it was a lot of fuckery ass niggas that was insecure hanging around him, and I'm pretty sure it probably did irritate him. But he looked like he was such a cool, calm, and collected dude that he was like, fuck it, he just tuned it out. You could just look at him and tell. He probably had to dumb down a lot of his mentality around people, because when you're that forward thinking and you're that much about moving forward and thinking outside the box, people are going to resent you for that. Let me tell you something. Positivity and forward movement and speaking on that and speaking on empowerment, that's never going to get a whole bunch of views and likes. That's why I speak on this. I'll keep saying it every week, man. I got a video on there that's got like 40,000 views. I've had all kinds. Niggas know. Niggas that know that watch, they niggas know. It's not hard to go get a whole bunch of views and likes, but that's clown shit. And I ain't on here to be clowning and buck dancing and doing all this bullshit. Come on, man. We do that enough at the corporate plantation. Right now, it's time. Hey, I love to laugh and joking, but we got to move forward and know what it is. And we got to stop waiting until people have left and transitioned out of this realm for us to really acknowledge what they've done. Like, damn. It's like, oh, God, Nipsey. But it's like, damn, man. I should have really been watching those moves he was making. You know, because he was making a lot of moves. We got to get on that. I'm telling you, those are the things that we got to do. Me too. I look at it too like, damn, if I get some paper, I get some real bread, some real cheese, Gouda, I know what I got to do. And it's called giving back in your own separate way. Instead of us putting basketball courts and shit, no, we need to do a neo-soul lounge in the hood where people can express their talents and show how talented they are. Spoken word, that's the type of shit that I want to do. I know niggas probably gonna steal my idea. I would love to do that out here in Vegas, because that's what needs to happen. It's a lot of talented people out here. It's just the talented people get overlooked because there's a lot of ass-kissing motherfuckers out here that are not talented, that think that they better than everybody. We have to learn how to work with each other and do business with each other. At the end of the spectrum, the dominant society, they know how to do business with each other. And I'm not on here to speak no negative. When you hear me talking about the Latinos got business, I'm not here to diss. I don't diss Latinos. I don't dislike Mexicans. That's bullshit. I got love for the Latino. I got love for any race that's for the love of my people. I'm going to point out how a lot of other races have businesses, and it's strategically designed that way, where they got all these businesses. I just don't like when people come from other countries, they come over here, it is set up for them to have businesses and stuff, and then they get to talking this niggas ain't shit type shit, and we ghetto and all this other shit when we built the country. That's the issue that I have. I have issue with people that want to fuck with black people because it's the in thing to do. That's the issues that I have. Or when they want to do hip hop and R&B and soul music, and then they still be on this fuck niggas type shit. That's when I have issue. Other than that, if you ain't one of those people, I'm not gonna have issues with you. But I am gonna point out how it's strategically by design that other races are going to have businesses and things like that, and native blacks will not have that. So I'm gonna talk about that type of shit, and it's not gonna go away. But hey, man, I thought I'd just hit y'all with something real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hit the bell, subscribe button, hit the like button. If not, I don't give a fuck. It's the internet. Hey, man, are you Nipsey or are you Eric Holder? Who are you? That's the question you should be asking at all times. And anybody around you, you should be asking to yourself, are they a Nipsey or are they an Eric Holder? Because if they're Eric Holder, I can't fuck with them. Because mentally, they might kill me. And you like, how could you be killed mentally? Nigga, if a nigga come around you on some negative shit and all they want to do is chill and turn up and do all this bullshit and go out but not work on goals, dreams, ambitions, and things so you can get residual income, then you don't need to be around them. Especially if you in your 30s. If you in your 30s and you still bullshitting, I don't know what to tell you. It ain't like a Warren got a whole lot going on, but nigga, I know about stocks and bonds and 401k and diversifying your portfolio. That's a lot of shit that a lot of niggas don't know about. I know about that. I know about diversifying that portfolio. I know about Robinhood and TD Ameritrade and E-Trade. I know about that. And buying stock. And not just sitting up here and thinking that a job is going to make me a millionaire, because I know it's not. So who's in your circle? Who is in your inner circle? Are they benefits? Are they assets or liabilities? I don't have liabilities around me. And if they take it personal, then they don't need to be around your inner circle, because you got to be for the forward movement of you. How can you take care of everybody else if you ain't even take care of yourself? That's why it's called maturity. The maturation process. You know, and if you read a couple of books, you'll go through that process. It's like going through a cocoon. When you come out, you different. How many of us are like that? Or we still keep hanging out with the same people and just doing the same shit? I'm not into that. Because you're going to get the same results and it ain't going to be different. Magnetize the people that you need to move forward. And dispel any of the negative bullshit that people have going on and they bring it around you and think you're supposed to ingest it. And get the fuck away from them. If they not for the forward progress of buying property, ownership. All y'all that live in Las Vegas, if you don't own shit, try to own something. Try to get with somebody to own something, because that's what this shit is about. It's about resources. Like I said again, you Nipsey or you Eric Holder? You feel me? One or the other. There's a lot of Eric Holders out there, and they may not kill you physically, but mentally they will try to kill you off and have your whole mental all fucked up because they miserable. Get the fuck away from them if they not for the forward progress of positivity and business and ownership and trying to move forward and not just be in the same dilapidated mentality that just on the same bullshit. Just, you know, if you ain't talked to a nigga in 5, 6, 7, 8 years and you talk to them, they talk the same shit, get the fuck away from them. It's a fact. Hey man, this is the No I Don't Know podcast. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Shout out to the chat room. Shout out to everybody there. I hit y'all up with some surprise shit. I see y'all niggas on Sunday. I'm out. Rest in power, Nipsey. Peace.